Hello there folks, my name is Great Mighty Poe, and welcome to part 55 of Elden Ring Reforged Master Mode. Miserable day in Leonia. Right, so last time we managed to take out Akashio. That's certainly a name. So I guess, yeah, we'll explore down this way now. Seeing as we made a run for it last time off this way, may as well head this way. So, before we head off that way, actually, let me see about crafting some sleep pots. Yeah, we'll use, let's use like 40 trainers. That'll give us a ton. And that'll allow us to craft 8 of those. Awesome. I'll need to get some more knives at some point as well. Just by resting, but hey, don't need to at the moment. We're all good. Oh, actually, no, we're not all good. Back we go. So we only have 3 flasks left. Yeah, we did get rune arced. I was curious about that. It's okay, so beating bosses when you have a great rune equip does rune arc you. That's a good change. I think that's one I suggested way back in the day. I think I remember suggesting that killing bosses should rune arc you. Much like how it is in Dark Souls 3, the absolute goated game. Dark Souls 3 embers you after most bosses, which is really, really nice. Particularly since Dark Souls 3 the ember is so important, I think, just because it gives you such a massive health boost. And yes, we're just doing this little section up here. There's not really much of note up here aside from bats, which we can kind of see. The pots are for other things, which we'll get to. Out one. I'm tempted to get like just a weapon with gravitas on it and keep that around specifically for bats. I feel like that'd be a bit overkill. They're not that bad. Like, they're bad, but they're not that bad. I don't think there's ever been anything of note up here. Like, not even an arterial leaf or anything. It is just a hill. Oh wait, no, there is an arterial leaf up here. Okay, I was wrong. As always. Ah, shit. There's a purple here. That's new. Okay, that's one dead bat. Let's get this one. I actually quite like this, that I haven't played for a while and I haven't really been keeping up with updates at all. Like, I've read change logs. Like, I know certain things have been added, but I don't know where they've been added, so it's always exciting. Joy's not being on the Discord so I don't get spoiled, even though I like being spoiled. These bats, man. Decree of Heimer. Now that's an interesting looking spell. Take a look at it in a second. Just gotta deal with this bat. Kind of interesting spot to put a Heimer spell. Considering there's no Heimer around here, and yeah, there's just a normal corpse. Not even a Heimer corpse. I'd actually change it to like a Heimer corpse or something. Just to have a little bit of story about a Heimer. Uses FP to throw retrievable magic hammer. Handheld catalyst used to conjure a glintstone throwing hammer. Used FP to throw a magical hammer at a foe. The hammer may not be thrown again unless retrieved or until some time has passed. In academic debate, tempers may boil over from one moment to the next. Swift interjection is crucial to keep the peace. Oh, bad. Given what's happened recently, that is, gonna say anything. So it's another, like, tool. Huh. So you throw it and then you go pick it up. That's pretty cool. Sorry about the cut there, folks. Video broke again. Had to cut a chunk out. Sorry about that. Back to the video. Should have kept the bat alive to use that. That would have been perfect. Obviously it's strength and intelligence scaling, so not good for me, but hey, I can always try it. Let's see what it does. There is just a lot of empty land here in Leonia, so it's good to have an item there. And it, you know, is always nice to get rewarded for exploring and not just have like tons of flowers, which is what I normally get. I normally just end up with tons of flowers when I explore in the off paths like this, but actually finding a new item is pretty cool. But yeah, I would probably something Heimer based would be pretty fun. Even if it was just the corpse being a Heimer corpse, that would be interesting. Because you have like the corpse with Smaragd, who is a Glintstone Sorcerer corpse, as something different. So, yeah, you can make it stand out a bit more. I wonder if you can see that corpse from the bottom, actually. Might be able to. Okay. Those sunflowers are my marking point. I sort of know, okay, yep, I've got those sunflowers, that's the marking point, so I head back this way. Sort of how I keep track of where I have and have not been is with lootables, and those sunflowers are a good marker. The Spirit Spring's another good marker in this area. Oh, you know, I tried to heal my FP. I'm sorry about that. Well, why am I sorry about it? All I did was use up a flask. It's not gonna hurt you guys, it's gonna hurt me. I shouldn't be sorry about it, I should be thankful for it. I'm gonna suffer. Ah, okay, so yeah. I didn't see how much damage that did, I was kind of focused on other things. Let's throw it again. Yeah, I mean, it's a free damage thing. If you do need FP though, so it's not free. It's pretty useful, I guess. Gotta admit, these swords are doing a lot better work than I expected. Yeah, get fucked, mate. I ain't getting poisoned. Fuck you. And they're gonna throw a hammer at you. Oh no, it's fun. Oh no. Maybe that's a reference to the Discord. Like throwing ban hammers around to keep things civil, which, yeah. I totally understand having to do that. Things can get pretty uncivil at times on Discords. Not just the ERR Discord. It should... You know what they should do? They should make Decree of Heimer do more damage after an enemy's been kicked. Oh, man. Let me get rid of that poison. So, over here is an Arteria Leaf. This is a one-time spawn. So it'll only spawn when you loot the Arteria Leaf, I'm fairly sure, and it won't spawn ever again. So let's throw a sleep pot at him. I'm pretty sure it'll take a couple. Yeah, so it does take 2 to put him to sleep. Didn't actually want to do the crit there. I was wanting to actually attack him. Does he do rot build up? What the fuck? This here's a good attack. Very, very easy to punish. Watch out for that attack because he will slide his claw back. Do have to be careful when he jumps away because he does have a pretty punishing range attack. But again, this attack here gives you the best opening. There we go. Awesome. So yeah, I shouldn't have waited with the sleep. I should have gone in a little bit faster. It was kind of my bad. But that's sort of how to deal with crayfish or lobsters or whatever you want to call them. I still call them lobsters even though they are crayfish. That's just how I am. I'm not one for seafood, so I don't really pay attention to what they are. Because I've never actually had much seafood. I've never had lobster or crab or crayfish or anything like that. It's just not been something my family really eats, because my dad had a bad reaction to seafood when he was younger. My mum as well had a bad reaction to seafood when she was younger. So, you know, both of them... And getting food poisoning from seafood is always not the most fun. So yeah, I can totally understand why you'd be put off seafood after getting some pretty bad food poisoning. So, yeah. Not something we eat, and I haven't really had much chance to try them. Plus, a lot of seafood is actually high in copper, which is relevant to me. I know that sounds like really, copper? What's it got to do with copper? But I have a genetic liver disease where I'm missing an enzyme in my liver. It's called Wilson's disease, which I know that sounds made up, but no, it's a real thing called Wilson's disease. Of all the names, they picked Wilson.
Share them with me.
And because I'm missing an enzyme... I noticed that wasn't at 30. Okay. Because I'm missing that enzyme in my liver, that its whole job is to bind to copper. Copper just builds up in my liver, binds with other stuff, and makes acid. And that acid then starts bursting my liver cells from the inside. And yeah, that caused a bit of trouble. About 9 years ago now, I went through liver failure because of that. And almost needed a liver transplant, so... Yeah, maybe my dislike of seafood comes from knowing that the copper in there would be bad for me. Same with offal. That's another thing that's got lots of copper in it that I also really don't like. Okay, this is... Watch out for the malai. Because that does rot. There we go. I'd like to try some different types of seafood someday, though. Just a bit afraid of it, because it's, you know... Always trying new things is always a little bit scary. Particularly seafood can be so hit or miss for so many people. Oh right, yes, this cave. Like, it's just fun. I'm sorry, it's just fun. I love it. Oh, they're already down? Okay. Yeah, so they're gonna try and poison me. And then try and grab me. God, camera does not like them. Bloody hell. There we go. Got him. They gave me a golden rune 1600 or 2000, I'm not too sure. Oh, I am poisoned. Let's deal with that. Got the Sage set, which I believe strengthens servant of rot incantations? Yeah. So, yeah. And it also has good... no, it doesn't actually have good immunity. That's surprising. I would have thought it would have quite high immunity. Seems like the Brave set is still the way to go. Oh no, Chain Draped is pretty good as well. I think that's sort of ERR sort of... Yeah, I think the heavier stuff tends to have better robustness, so immunity against bleed and frostbite, because, you know, heavy clothing gonna keep you warmer, so frostbite's not gonna be much of an issue, and obviously you're gonna bleed as well, because it's gonna be hard to cut you. So that's sort of where that comes from, and then immunity is on the lighter clothing, like, so you can move through the poison, the hazard stuff more quickly, I think is kind of the mindset there. I'm not sure how concentration and vitality work on different sets, but you can see they're down on the lower side as well. Like, the lighter stuff does well with those, so yeah. Different sets, different, you know, different things they are good or bad at dealing with, which is interesting. Definitely a way to incentivize using different armor sets as you go along. Okay, we've got one over there. The thing is, there are bats, which are a bit of a problem. Just call me the Blind Bandit, because I am doing pretty well. I saw them up there. Yeah, I can see the eyes. Oh, yep, here comes one more. Lovely. Okay, let's take a look and see what we've got. I know there was one over here. I'm not sure what's happened to him, unfortunately, which is a little bit of a problem. I'd like to take him out before heading down there into the poison, but I can't see him. Same over here. I did knock one down. He got back up by the looks of it, so we can actually go try and take him out this time. There we go. Cool. Let's put some glowstone down, just so that we have some light while we're doing this. And I guess let's also put on the arrow's reach, just so we do a bit more damage. Obviously, rushing down here into these enemies would be a terrible idea. And I did see him for a little short while there. He was down here. Yep, I see him. Right there. Lovely. And I guess let's... I just noticed that we're actually quite short on regular arrows. I guess we needed to craft more and we didn't. That's okay, we got fire arrows. Unfortunately, it takes 3 to kill the little flowers. I guess I can use a default. Just trying to clear out as much of the additional enemies as possible before I actually go down there myself. Because they'll get in the way when trying to deal with the big flowers. So let's deal with them before we have to deal with the big flowers. Oh. Please don't poison me yet. Like, I'm not ready. Yeah, obviously jumping can increase the angle that I have, which is useful. Cool. So yeah, it's actually some nice natural light streaming into this cavern, which is really, really nice. So let's, I guess, let's go to our equipment, and let's swap out the Decree. Sorry, Decree, I don't need you right now. I'm gonna need some fire grease. Now this one here, for whatever reason, will not get set on fire. I'm not too sure why, but it's a thing that you have to keep in mind. He's gonna do that. Okay, now he's getting set on fire. A little bit strange that he wasn't getting set on fire before. I think maybe he moved out of whatever spot he was and preventing him from getting set on fire. There we go. We're mostly down here just to say that we've done it. Give me that little brief invulnerability. Thank you. Awesome. I do like the auto sprint that I've got going on. It's actually kind of useful. Hey. Heal up again. Yeah. Saw that happening. Not much you can do. He's kind of wedged in here. Beautiful. And so we get a ton of poison bloom and some Miranda powder for our troubles. And let's cure that poison. Oh, I missed some. Yeah, get me out. Cool. Hey, not too bad. Not too bad at all. So yeah, obviously I rolled around in the poison, so I have the lingering poison to deal with. So I'd need to get some soap if I want to get rid of that. Rune piece under here, you just have to walk up and you can grab it. This section here is fairly straightforward. Aside from when they get golden eyes, my favourite. Did the poison wake everything up? I saw like 1 damage on multiple things there, it was weird. Bloody hell, that Scarlet Rot. 2 hits would have propped that. Actually, I don't know why I healed there. I guess because I need to finish picking up this stuff. So we've managed to make it through to the end. Unfortunately, though, we have no resources left, and I don't want to waste these 10,000 runes. So let's whip on back. I'd lose 2,000 from actually... Oh, I guess I could just respawn Stake America. That's really useful, actually. Yeah, I'd lose 2,000 just because of that. Awesome. It doesn't prevent the loss of my rune arc though. It's interesting. I've been using Curve Sword. Yeah, Curve Sword will actually be pretty decent here. So this is going to be a little bit of a difficult fight. Let's get rid of that seal so we're back to Nimble Frame. So this is a Cleanrot Knight. Obviously, So that is a prime opportunity. So you want to lure it out. They'll always have the grab there if you just try to get close, and they should do the bash. You can see they are pretty tanky though, so we're kind of against the clock here with this poison. So there's probably one where I need to avoid the poison. I kind of stood around at the beginning, sorting out my inventory, so I ended up having to get off the poison a bit more. You kind of see there's a bit of a loop there that you can get them into. Yeah, so I got done in by the poison there, just to, you know. Obviously, with an endurance fight like this, it's going to be a bit of an issue trying to deal with the poison, so we need to fight it somewhere where we don't have to deal with the poison quite so much. So we're going to try and get to the back of the room and try and fight it back there. And I think we can maybe look at what our gear is, because we're sorted by resistance. We could maybe switch to the Brave set for that little bit higher immunity. Chain Draped as well. Obviously can't dodge as much, but we don't really need to dodge too much with this fight. So I think let's go for some good immunity. Vulgar Militia giving us the good stuff there. Okay. Okay. That's going to be some real fashion that we're rocking, but that is perfectly acceptable. And then let's also have a look, because I believe I should have some, yes, immunizing cured meat. So we'll pop one of these as well. And you can see that the chances we get poisoned are much, much lower. So I'm going to run and jump over this way, jump past the glass. Cool. So we're on this little island here, and we'll use this to our advantage. Yeah, that's their grab, and you can see it's instant Scarlet Rot. Like, no matter what, you are gonna get Scarlet Rotted. So, before we die, let's just get our runes back, and we're gonna have to accept our death. If you get hit by that grab, you have to restart. It's a little bit bullshit. Particularly just because there is no way to cure Scarlet Rot this early on, unless you go down Siofra, which going down Siofra is not something a lot of people will do. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Why did you aggro? You know, I might actually save and quit. I am not dealing with that bullshit. I need to craft some stuff. So I do want to get some more of the immunizing meat. I don't think we can craft it. No, we cannot. I believe that meat is also in Siofra, so it is just an issue, I think, with poison in general, is that there's not much we can do about it. I guess we'll use the white meat. I think the white meat just lasts longer. Doesn't give as much of a bonus, but it lasts longer. My runes didn't move. Yeah, you can jump it. Ah, shit. I got poisoned. I didn't want to get poisoned, is the thing. Yeah. Got really unlucky. I think I'm going to have to give off my runes. That's kind of the problem. Is like, there's not really easy ways out of certain caves. Like, some caves are one way. Like, once you're in them, you're in them. And it's like, if you can't first try the boss, then any runes you have are gone. And like, I could have left this cave, but it feels kind of, I don't know, it feels bad. It really discouraged you from bothering to actually fight enemies in these places. Wow, you caught me at my jump? Why do you keep doing the grab? I hate you so much. Okay, runes are gone. But that's fine. Again, yeah. I don't know. I could go another rant about rune loss, but I won't. Yeah, I don't understand why sometimes they aggro. And then I'm pretty much forced in immediately. Okay, if they don't do the grab, we should be able to get to the island. Okay. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't give me the deflect. Ah, the cute input. Okay, let me heal. You can see sometimes it's perfect, sometimes it's not. So I'm having to be a bit careful. I'm not following you into the poison, mate. They're kind of being a bit dickish and a bit annoying. I have no idea why that caught me. I'm not the biggest fan of this particular boss, the Cleanrot Knight Spear. Just Cleanrot Night Spears in general, not a fan of them, just because of how they fight. It's just not fun. You're spending a lot of time waiting for them to do stuff, because if you don't, you get punished. And it's not a very engaging type of fight. Can we just pick any other move to start with that isn't that fucking grab? Like, my god. It's not that hard of a fight, it's just an annoying fight, is the problem. It's much like there's a more. Fundamentally, it's not that difficult, it's just got a lot of annoying shit to throw at you that just makes it take way longer than it should. Thanks for eating my input to drink, that is much appreciated. That's, yeah, I thought there might be a way to deal with that. I was trying to get a parry in on some of that stuff, seeing if I could, but no, it's all too fast. I'm gonna have to edit this down, so I'm already just knowing that I can just waste time trying stuff out, because I'm gonna edit it all out anyway. Unless I get it this attempt, which I won't, because this fight sucks dog shit. Doggy doo-doo? I don't know what I was trying to say there. Oh, now you do that! Because there's just a lot of them just standing around doing nothing. I might need to put daggers on my bar again. Just so I can keep damage up, because they just do a lot of that. And like, I can tell ERI has put work into the Cleanrots just because the hitboxes are better. But there's some stuff where it's like, okay. Like, they have a perfect block that you can't do anything about. And it's like, sure. Also, that problem with the crit there. Where after the crit, they start standing back up immediately. You don't get a chance. Like, it just feels like the AI is broken on these particular enemies, where they just stand there blocking and not doing anything else. It genuinely feels broken. There we go. Actually, I don't have to edit that one. It's only 40 minutes. That's fine. Who cares? Cool. Rune Piece, Winged Sword Insignia. Winged Sword Insignia obviously going to be our new talisman of choice, if I can find it. So, yeah, raises attack power with successive attacks. Obviously, really good with a build like this one. And we got 9,000 for that. So, yeah, that was not worth it. But, oh well. Yeah, I guess let's go back to this grace here and we'll end off where we started. I don't need to edit this one. Hey! But yeah, Cleanrot's sort of a complaint about enemy in I remember on the ERA Discord it being a common complaint, just how the spear ones fight. It's very much just attack, wait for them to do their block shove thingy, deflect that, guard counter it, bait it out again, repeat until dead, and it's just, they've got an interesting and complex moveset aside from that, with all of their rapid, stabs and pokes and the grab and all that. And they've got the, you could do some scythe moveset stuff on them, because they've got the, obviously the scythe enemies. Like, you could do the Mikola Ring of Light thing, but instead of doing the Ring of Light, it does like a line of spears. So you do like one line of spears, and then he does it again, another line of spears, and then like he combos that into the grab or something. Like, I think the Cleanrot spear there could be a pretty interesting boss if he just had some TLC put into some time, love, and care. Because they can be pretty interesting, but I feel like, yeah, they just haven't had any real work put into them aside from hitbox stuff and ERR. So, yeah, I'll stop ranting about Cleanrots. We'll encounter plenty more of them going forward, but they won't be quite as tanky, so won't be as bad. Obviously, we do have another Cleanrot boss that my viewers, or long-term viewers, would already know about in a previous ERR series. I think it was when I was doing sorcery-only ERR. I remember the Cleanrot duo giving me quite a bit of trouble at that time, because I was playing on Adept, and they had quite a lot of health, and I kept dying over and over and over and over again, and it was not fun. But we'll get to that later. And then obviously there's Cleanrots like all over Caelid and the Holic Tree, and so many Cleanrots we have to deal with. But that's just the first one, so yeah. I'll stop rambling, and I'll say once again thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Take care, guys. Have a good one.